Good afternoon. I appreciate you being here today. Our topic for today is going to be truth, more specifically absolute truth, that it does exist and it can be knowable. Uh, my purpose of today is not to really give you an exhaustive look at truth, but more to set you on a course to knowing in today's relativistic society that truth is knowable and you can base your life on it. I've studied this subject quite intently over the last 10 years. I've read a lot of knowledgeable sources on it, so I think I can give you some good insight on it. Today we're pretty much going to look at the nature of truth, relative truth, and absolute truth. Now, when looking at the nature of truth, first thing we want to think of, what is truth? Truth is simply just what corresponds to reality. It's what it is. It's not, it can't have it both ways. It can't be true and non-true all at the same time. It also would involve abstract and actual things, actual facts and abstract ideas as we go into that. Now, let's look at what truth is not. Number one, truth is not relative. We've often heard and seen a lot of people say today that that may be true for you, but it's not true for me. That's kind of a really vague kind of cop-out almost to me to say that, because the very nature of truth is that it's exclusive. Something can't be true and non-true at the same time. We kind of lose our basis of that. And when we're looking at relative truth, we're talking a lot about the importance of it, of not having that view too much, is because your worldview comes into play and you need a true foundation to put it on. The origins of who I am, where did I come from, and things like this. I've told my children that many times. First of all, kids, if you don't know who you are, where you're going, where you came from, and where you're going, it's going to be hard to go anywhere. You're pretty much fall for anything. I think we see that a lot today in society, is that the truth has been kind of kicked out the door a little bit. It used to be that in our universities, in the marketplace of ideas, it was accepted that there was truth. There was truth out there, it was just a matter of finding it. You can see that everywhere. Now it's kind of, the pendulum has swung back to that, there probably really isn't any truth. And if there is truth, could you really know it? And that kind of thing, I think, has left though I'm not wanting to get into the moral area too much, it's kind of left a moral vacuum. It's kind of left people empty to not knowing, okay, there's no absolute standards, there's nothing I can go down to. The next thing we want to look at is absolute truth or objective truth. Now, if we're going to have absolute truth, which there is absolute truth, it should be true for all people at all times and in all places. If it's not, then it kind of loses its meaning of being true. If it's true over here for these people, but it's not true there, it kind of gets lost in it. Now, it's obviously true that maybe my hair is gray, yours is not gray. But so that could be something that would be true for me, not true for you. But the basis of truth does not change. The basis of the truth of the statement does not change, does not go at all. In saying this too, absolute truth or having an absolute standard is just so, again, to say again, is important to your worldview. Your worldview being your philosophy of life. Everybody has one, whether they call it worldview, whether they call it philosophy of life, or whatever they want to say about it. Everybody has one. If it's not one based on truth, then you're pretty much falling for anything. You're kind of lost. You're kind of going around in circles. Okay, what is it? What's it mean? I think we're innately created. Again, that's a subject we won't get into, but I do believe we're created to have that and long for that standard of absolute truth and security within us. I think it's all there. And that's one of the things that I want you to do today after we get finished, is to set yourself on a course to finding that truth. Be open to that. Just don't take in everything that's being thrown out here to you by the popular culture and think. Just stop and think. Search within yourself and think and be open to those things and go forward through it. It's foundational, and it's really inescapable if you really look at it. Now, in conclusion, and to sum up this, we looked at the nature of truth. Truth is what corresponds to reality. We looked at what relative truth is, in saying that it's true for me, it's not true for you, so on and so forth, back and forth. We know we really can't go that way. And we looked at absolute truth as being essential to a correct worldview for what you need to do. Now, I would encourage you, again, as I said before, that in all ways and all things you can look at, there is an absolute truth. There is a truth that you can base on your life on. So I encourage you to look at it. Be open-minded. Be open-minded. Think. I'm studying now to be a teacher, and that's one of my main tenets that I want my students to do. Any subject that I teach, I want them to think. I want them to think again, not just taking in everything that's coming out. Think about what they've got and what they've got going on. Begin your search now. Don't put it off. Do it now, because today is the day to do that, to start those things and be something new and exciting for you. Let me leave you with a quote by Ravi Zacharias. This is a generation that listens with its eyes and thinks with its feelings. I would submit to you that we need to begin to listen with our ears and think with our minds.